Hey team, Mike here from Shoe Science Albany in Silverdale with another Tech Tuesday. Over the last few weeks we've talked about various brands, the range architecture within those brands and some of the variables that can assist you in changing up your training and different forms of training. This week we're going to look at something a little bit more specific. We're going to have a wee chat about the Kayano 30. We did mention and have a little highlight of the Kayano 30 a couple of weeks ago with an ASICS video. But what we've had the benefit of now is a week of these in store and some of our most regular Kayano customers being really intrigued about this new development and coming in and trying it. So we've now got feedback from lots of customers who have been coming in the door. Your feel and your comfort in a shoe like this is by far more important than any other factor. So we do encourage you to pop into store anytime soon and get this on your feet for yourselves. But as we touched on a couple of weeks ago, the Kayano's completely new construction is a much broader base, displaces force and pressure far better. What we know from running shoes is they don't actually absorb shock. What they do is they shift shock around, dispersing it, and they shift load. So they can move load from side to side and they can move load from back to front. That's the fundamental role of any running shoe. What this Kayano does better than any Kayano that's come before it is it shifts that load technically from the heel through to the forefoot much more smoothly. You've also got, like I mentioned, that wide platform that disperses pressure, but you've got this major decoupling mechanism through the rear foot and midfoot that upon heel strike on that lateral side, the whole shoe deforms and helps decelerate pronation. When it comes to pronation is not a bad thing. It's an integral part of our shock dispersive mechanism of the foot. Now, we have to allow pronation to occur. As you fatigue and become a little bit less efficient on long runs, the foot technically has the ability to overpronate further because the leg above it is more fatigued and less efficient also. What this Kayano 30 does so remarkably well is the heavier that you strike, in other words, the less efficient you are, the more that decoupling mechanism does, the more it can decelerate that pronatory movement. So it really does help people who are fatiguing and becoming less stable on long runs maintain better comfort and less risk of rotational forces of the limb. So it is a revolutionary new stability shoe. So what we would encourage you to do, like I mentioned earlier, is pop into store, bring your old running shoes with you, get a new pair of Kayanos on. They come in 3 widths women's and 3 widths men's, from narrow through to wide and extra wide. Get them on the concrete outside, go for a run. You can use the treadmill if that's what you prefer. Treadmills we feel aren't that natural to run on, so we prefer people to be running outside on the concrete and get a feel for how great this new stability technology is. So we'd love to see you soon and pop into Shoe Science Albany in Silverdale for the new Kayano 30. Thanks very much.